Hey everyone, and welcome. Today we're diving into a really fascinating idea from Islamic tradition, the concept that we share our world with two other types of intelligent beings, angels and jinn. We're going to explore what makes each of them, and us, so unique. So let's get right into it. So, let's start with a really big question. In this massive, incredible universe, is it just us? Well, according to Islamic theology, the answer is a huge no. It actually describes a world that's absolutely filled with unseen beings, and each one has its own purpose and its own nature. And that's our focus for today. We're going to look at these three distinct creations. By putting them side by side, we can get a much clearer picture of their roles, their relationship with us, and maybe even our own place in the whole grand scheme of things. So, where do we even begin? Well, let's tackle maybe the biggest question there is. Why are we even here? I mean, what's the point? Because understanding the purpose behind it all is really the key to unlocking the differences between these three types of beings. This verse from the Quran gets straight to the heart of it. It lays out this shared mission for both jinn and for us, humankind. It's telling us that our ultimate purpose isn't just about living, eating, or building things. It's about consciously acknowledging and worshiping our Creator. Okay, but what about the angels? Well, this is where we hit our first major distinction. Angels are a completely different story. They weren't created for a test of worship, but for pure service. They don't have the ability to choose. Their very nature is just to obey God's commands, perfectly and without a single question.
And this huge difference in their purpose is actually rooted in something even more fundamental, their physical origins. And the sources are incredibly specific about what each one of them was made from.
I mean, just look at this. The foundational differences are really striking. A famous saying of the Prophet Muhammad, a hadith, lays it out clearly. Angels were created from light, jinn from a smokeless fire, and us humans from clay. And these aren't just trivia points. They really hint at the nature of each being. Light is ethereal and pure, fire is powerful and unseen, and clay, well, that's us, grounded from the earth.
Now, this brings us to what is maybe the most significant difference of all. It's the one thing that really defines the entire human and jinn experience, and that's the capacity for choice.
And this is where the paths just completely diverge. Angels have no free will and they have no personal desires, what's sometimes called hawa nafsu. Their nature is just pure obedience, period. But jinn and humans, we were created differently. We were both given free will and we were given desires, which puts us right in the middle of a lifelong test with the freedom to choose between doing good and doing evil.
And this verse from the Quran just drives the point home. It describes the angels as beings that are constitutionally incapable of disobeying. So their obedience isn't really a choice. It's their very essence. It's who they are.
And this essential nature, it also plays out in their physical existence. Angels, being creatures of pure service, are totally different from us. They don't have a gender, they don't need to eat or sleep, they don't have families. Jinn and humans, on the other hand, we share a lot of the same biological realities. We both have males and females, we need food and rest, and we build families. It's just another one of those ways our two paths are so closely intertwined.
Okay, so this is where things can sometimes get a little confusing, but it's really important we get this right. We hear all these words thrown around. Jinn, shaitan, a devil, are they the same thing? Let's clear it all up.
All right, first up, think of the word jinn as just the name of a species, like how we're called human. They're a distinct type of creation, made from fire, living in a world we can't see, and most importantly, they have that free will we talked about.
So, how does devil or shaitan fit into all this? Think of it this way. The species is jinn. But just like humans, some jinn are believers, some are sinners, and some are just straight-up disbelievers. The word shaitan isn't a different race. It's more like a description or a title you give to any jinn who is rebellious and disbelieving. And the original one, their leader, is known as Iblis.
So, the simple but really powerful way to remember it is this. Just like not all humans are criminals, not all jinn are devils. Many of them are just believers, living out their lives in a world that's parallel to our own.
So after looking at all these differences, what does it all tell us about our own unique position in the universe?
All right, let's bring it all together. We've got three distinct intelligent creations, angels from light, jinn from fire, and humans from clay. The angels are perfect servants, basically programmed for obedience. But we, humans and jinn, we stand apart. We are the beings of choice, given this incredible freedom, and with it, this incredible responsibility to find our own path to that shared purpose. And this brings us to our final thought. Humans and Jinn are in this totally unique position in the cosmos. We're not programmed for absolute obedience like the angels, and we're not defined just by rebellion like the devils. We live in that space right in between, where every single choice matters. So the question this all leaves us with is, given that amazing freedom, what story will you choose to write?